Home-based Eagles face Togo in a CHAN qualifier in Lomé on Sunday. And some testy ties on the European stage this weekend with Lyon hosting PSG in France, the Milan derby in the Serie A, Sevilla facing Madrid in Spain, and the little matter of Chelsea against Liverpool at the Bridge. My name is Deji Omotoyibo. Welcome to Sports Express. We'd like to thank you for joining us for Friday's edition of Sports Express. Many thanks for staying with us all week on the show. We start off with international newsreel. Here's Pedro Peter.
Thank you, Deji. Our first story is from wrestling, where African and Commonwealth champion Odunayo Adekunle ended her campaign at the World Wrestling Championships in Kazakhstan on a high by claiming the bronze medal on Thursday. The 25-year-old, who had earlier secured her spot at next year's Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan, defeated Anastasia Nichita of Spain 10-0 to place third in the women's 57 kg category. So athletics, world record holder in the 1,500 meters Genzebe Dibaba will not compete at the World Athletics Championships set to begin next week in Doha, Qatar, due to a right foot injury. The 28-year-old Ethiopian, who broke the 1,500 meters record in 2015, was diagnosed with the problem after a Diamond League meet in Zurich, Switzerland last August. Dibaba's withdrawal leaves Dutch woman Sifan Hassan and Faith Kipyegon of Kenya as favourites for the title. We drive off to Formula 1, where Polish driver Robert Kubica is set to leave Team Williams at the end of the season following below-par performances. The 34-year-old had returned to the grid after an 8-year absence following life-threatening injuries he sustained in a rally crash in February 2011, but results this season have not matched his standards. Kubica, who was one of the top stars in F1 before the crash, has accrued only 1 point this season when he placed 10th at the German Grand Prix and has been outqualified by teammate George Russell at every race this campaign. Lastly, to rugby, all is set for the 9th edition of the Rugby World Cup built for Japan as top rugby nations battle for supremacy in the Far East. New Zealand are the defending champions and have won the title 3 times, the most by any country, though Ireland are currently ranked as the best team in the world, while a resurgent South Africa won the Rugby Championship earlier this year, and Wales took the Six Nations title in March. Friday's opening encounter will see hosts Japan take on Russia and will be hoping to derail the title ambitions of the leading contenders.
Thank you very much, Pedro Peter. That was International Newsreel. After the break, the Nigerian sports team, Bodeguchi, is standing by. Welcome back. It's the Nigerian sports scene on Sports Express. Bodeguchi is here. And we'll start with the CHAN Eagles. Well, Ima Akpabo is still the man in charge. I think the outcry of the possible return of Salisu Yusuf probably forced the hand of the NFF in that. But tell us about the game against Togo in Lomé.
Now, when I first mentioned, I think it was Tuesday that the team are just coming into camp, I did say that we are not sure how long they've been in camp. And this one I was thinking, Imama was in charge of the under-23 team, and he's been busy with them. And I don't think it's possible for him to be working 2 camps together
at the same time.
So definitely, this team are just coming together for the first time. But it's Togo, and I know the Nigerian arrogance is it not to let's just go there and win. But let me repeat my warning. Whatever goes on in that game, please don't blame the players, blame the system. But having said that, the second leg is in Nigeria, so there's enough time to tweak whatever it is that will happen in this weekend.
Okay.
They will now have 2 weeks to train together.
Rectify if there's a need
for them to.
All right, we leave that. Let's go to Brazil friendly against Nigeria. The Brazilians are to name their squad for the Super Eagles game today.
I'm looking forward to that, DG. I was at the first game in Abuja.
Yeah.
I even have a shirt that was sent by all the players. It's somewhere in my house.
All the Brazilian players?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to sell you something.
Legendary.
So I was at that game. It was 3-0. Even though Nigeria lost, we won and got the game.
Yeah.
So I'm good to see Brazil for the first time. And see, for my money, I think a lot of international media reported that time, and I said it when I came out to 90 minutes. That was the first time we see a Brazilian team play in a stadium that was on field.
Yeah.
Because the stands were pretty empty. But this is Singapore, the Brazilians will show up. And I feel this will be a good test for the Super Eagles. Now, I realize that a lot of people are saying that the Brazil should bring all their big guns. I want to see them too. Let's see how far we have progressed.
Yeah. I think it's a very good test for the team.
It will be a good test, and I think it's kudos to the NFF. Now, after that, we are looking for an African opposition because of World Cup qualifiers. I'm looking forward to this game. I won't be in Singapore, but all of us will be watching.
Did you catch the story from the Brazilian end where the Brazilian fans felt playing Senegal and Nigeria was beneath their team, more or less?
Oh, I haven't seen that, but I think it's good. Let's go there and give them a bloody nose. because I feel that no matter how not where we rate our Super Eagles, I feel on their day they can trouble any team.
And I also honestly I feel well maybe the Brazilian fans are not quote unquote aware enough, but I think a team like at least Senegal and Nigeria. Senegal have some of the best players in the world at the moment. So playing Senegal is not, I don't think it's a step down, but you know, if we're Brazilians, we'll probably feel the same way. Brazilian arrogance, five-time world champions, why are you playing African teams and all of that.
Did you know what? A bit of geography. You know the Big Bang theory?
Yeah.
That says if you cut up all the consciousness and feed them together, you'll discover that the world is actually one single landmass. And you know that place where Brazil is, it talks into where so I think it's the same mentality, the same arrogance.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's a nice line. All right. Before you go, buddy, you told me about the tweet this morning. I didn't see the tweet, but a few people have told me about it, and I really worry. Can you tell us about that tweet?
The minister tweeted happily that he called Tim Abraham's father and is talking with him about representing Nigeria. First off, I know somebody has said to me that the man is all due respect to the minister, that he's happy relating with the Super Eagles. I like his joy, I like his happiness. But one thing, let him extend it to all the sports and secondary. I don't think the minister should be talking.
I honestly feel, if that's right, I think it's beneath him. It's beneath his position, it's beneath his status. I mean, there's a football federation. It's their job to go and look for players if they feel they need to find players from across the world. Is it going to be talking to every Saka and Ojo like they scored last night to come and play for Nigeria?
If he wants to talk to them, there's no problem. But you shouldn't be choosing about it. You shouldn't be choosing about it. And also,
that worries me.
And also, I see him choosing a lot of things about people he's meeting. We've seen enough talk. Let us see the results. Do the work quietly.
Yeah.
Announce the results. We'll be happy. Oh, and before I go to the I've just been told that the under 23 team will play against Togo. If that's true, then it's good. But we won't base on 23 again. And I think it will be a good excuse, a good practice, because remember, the Nations Cup in November, the players that he used against Sudan will not be available. They'll be busy with their clubs. So I think it will be
a good test for them. Good test. Let's wait and see. Minister, please, I'll end it like that. All right, buddy. Thank you very much for that. When we return from the break, some fantastic football matches coming your way this weekend on the European stage. The World Soccer Report is next. Welcome back. It's World Soccer Report on Sports Express. Kingsley Akpan is here. This morning, standing in for Awol Yemi Adesanya. He didn't go Awol, he traveled actually. Safe journey Yemi wherever you are. All right, let's go to the Europa League. Some youngsters making their mark. Manchester United won over Astana. Mason Greenwood, highly rated by the club with the goals. Some other interesting ones. There was a Saka and an Ojo. A Saka scored for Arsenal, and he also set up 2 goals in a 3-0 very impressive away victory at Frankfurt. And there was an Ojo that also scored a superb goal for Rangers against Feyenoord. Shocking result of the night, I have to confess. In all my years of following football, somehow I'd never come across this name. Wolfsberger 4. No, Mönchengladbach nil, Wolfsberger 4 in Germany. That was a shocker. And it was the name of the club. Well, I will excuse you if you don't recognize that name. And then Karabakh nil, Sevilla 3, PSV 3-2 over Sporting. The big game of the night. And Roma 1 is Istanbul, Başakşehir nil, Rams and Celtic 1-1. We won't talk about the games, but we just hope that those Sakas and Ojos and Aremus playing all over the world.
I can't just wait for the number of the teams to be trimmed down.
Yeah,
we'll start talking about it when they get to the quarterfinals.
Maybe it's a very loaded, very crazy competition, I must tell you. Okay, let's go to action from the weekend. We're going to talk about 4 matches across 4 leagues because there's some real big games this weekend. Starting with Ligue 1, Lyon against PSG. PSG will be bouncing
Yeah.
from their result midweek.
Yeah. Now, the funny thing is, their last league game, they struggled. It took a Neymar overhead kick
Yeah.
to give them all 3 points, and then we expected that okay, against Real Madrid they also struggled, but they came out against Madrid, and it was a different PSG team. Now I don't know which PSG side will play against Lyon. Lyon, yeah, we expected them to start the season, fine on all cylinders, but Silvino, I think he's not been able to crack his first team yet and make the pace of Depay, Traore, Dembele, and the former Arsenal guy, Ref Adelaide. He's not been able to make them click yet. I don't know if they would click this Sunday against PSG, but it won't be against a PSG side that without Mbappe, Cavani, Neymar took out Real Madrid. I think they'll feel that with Di Maria and the other guys around, we can get this done. I think Neymar should come back for this one.
Yeah.
If they have Neymar, they have Di Maria, they should have enough. But I want to sit on the fence. I don't I want to sit on the
There's
fence.
no fence here. There's only a table here.
I think this will end in a draw.
Okay, all right. Other games in Ligue 1, Rennes, Monaco, Marseille, Montpellier, some of the other games. In Serie A, Lazio played Parma, Juventus host Verona, but the game, Milan against Inter. Inter, top of the table, 9 points from 3 games, and they had to struggle and scratch for their last win. But this is always a different ball game at the San Siro.
It is shocking what a fantastic manager can do to your team and the kind of push or lift it would give to the team. Inter has Conte, AC Milan, Gianpaolo, and you see where both teams are. Milan are sitting 17th, Inter are first on the log, 3 out of 3. I think Inter would feel that we can get this done, we can make it 4 out of 4. And if you ask me, Inter Milan have more quality than AC Milan coming into this one. For AC Milan, all the responsibility of getting goals will be on Piatek's shoulder. But for Inter Milan, so far we've seen this season that they can share the goals around. Lautaro,
Sensi is having a
there's
fantastic
there's
season.
Barella in midfield, and we'll see Kandreva and Asamoah pumping forward. I'll tilt towards Inter to get all 3 points in this one.
Well, if there was a pressure game for Real Madrid, this is it.
Yes.
Real Madrid are third. They go to Sevilla in the La Liga. Sevilla are top of the log. And can they afford, Real Madrid, can they afford another loss?
It will be all tense right there in the Real Madrid dressing room if they should lose this one. And there's one person who will want to show them that I am very good at the job, but maybe I didn't just cut it against you guys. You know how he left unceremoniously. Now he has brought the Sevilla side and he has made them click with unknown players. Maybe the established ones are the Banega and Kubo. You look at Jordan that got their last goal last weekend. Unknown player at home against Real Madrid. I don't think Sevilla will lose this one. Real Madrid's best result will be a draw in this encounter.
Quickly, let's go to the Premier League. The game everybody wants to see. Arsenal play Aston Villa. That's not the game everybody wants to see. Leicester play Tottenham. West Ham play Manchester United. It's going to be a very tough game for United. City hosts Watford. City will hope to bounce back from their 9-0 loss to Norwich last week. Chelsea against Liverpool. With all due respect to everybody else, this is the game we all want to see.
If we didn't have the Champions League in midweek, I wouldn't say both teams will need to bounce back. With the Champions League loss, Liverpool at Napoli.
Interestingly, both teams are the current champions of European football.
Yes, Liverpool at Napoli. Chelsea lost at home to Valencia. They will need to bounce back. Liverpool 100% record in the league so far. Chelsea, after that fantastic victory at the Molineux against Wolves, we want to consolidate on that. So it's going to be a very interesting one in the EPL. Big games, sometimes you don't know where it will switch to, especially when you look at the big players and how they'll come to the party on match day. I think for Chelsea, critically, Mason Mount, if he can make the match day squad and he gets on that field of play, it would add something.
It looked like a bad injury the last time.
But we heard that it's not too bad. If he gets into the team, then he can add something. It could be the X factor of the attack. But for Liverpool, Mane, Salah, Firmino, that Chelsea defense will have a toilet.
All right, expectantly. Thank you very much, Kingsley. Before we go, a birthday shout out to my good friend and former colleague way back in the day at DBN TV, Segun Adeboale. Segun turns 50 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Segun. Welcome to the club of Golden Oldies. Bless you, bro. For a moment of the week, we go to the UEFA Champions League action from Wednesday night. There was no love lost for Real Madrid in Paris. They were put to the sword by PSG with former player Angel Di Maria starring. Zidane's second coming is not working. For how long will the Madrid hierarchy linger before they pull the trigger? You have to wonder. My name is Dave Jomotoyibo. Thanks for your time. Have a great weekend. Good morning.